What is it about the words that come out of my mouth that don't connect with people's brains? Hi guys, my name's Andrea and welcome to BarbiePunk. Today we're going to talk about some of my retail horror stories. Queen JellyBeany did this video earlier in the week and it made me think of all of my crazy retail stories. So I asked you on Instagram if you wanted me to do this video and you guys said yes. But first, if you haven't checked out Queen JellyBeany's video, I'm gonna link it somewhere, but you should definitely go check her out because she is lovely and hilarious and wonderful and is just a kawaii goddess, so check her out. I feel like you either have to work in like a service industry job or a retail job in order to fully understand how terrible people are. So I worked in retail for a couple years. I've been through Black Fridays, I've been through Christmas Eves, I've been through all the nonsense that you have to go through. So I used to work at a large department store. Now we won't mention any names, but they do sponsor a yearly Thanksgiving Day parade. And my preferred area in said department store was the lingerie department. I think because it's one of the only places in the store that I felt like I could actually help people. And despite me being like a very socially awkward human, like I hate having to be in front of people and talk to people, I get a lot of social anxiety, I am usually very good at faking it. Like, I can turn on my customer service voice and just deal with people for the most part. And on certain days, working that job was very rewarding. For example, I helped a woman that had recently had like a double mastectomy find a bra that made her feel womanly again. So things like that made me smile. Those were few and far between. I have too many stories. I think I'm gonna cut it down to 3. We're gonna start small and ramp our way up. So the first story I have for you was on a day that we were having a sale. And it was like a buy 2 get 1 free sort of deal. So what happens when you're checking out with this deal is that the computer will automatically adjust the bra prices after you've scanned the third bra. So if these bras are all $30, the first one will scan in as 30, the second one will scan in as 30, and then once the third one comes in, all 3 of those prices will adjust to $20. So instead of 30, 30, and 0, $60, it'll be 20, 20, and 20, $60. And the reason it does this is so that it will equal out the prices so that if you were to like return something, you don't accidentally return the $0 bra. And also you can't cheat the system so that you keep only the $0 bra. They all equal out to be $20 each, even though the price is such that you're getting buy 2 get 1 free. Does it make sense? You get me? You got me. So seeing that on the screen, it does confuse a couple people, but I explain it and they get it and they're like, oh, that makes sense. Until this one lady, she comes, she puts down her bras, I scan them, and she says, wait, one of these is supposed to be free. But I give her the spiel. Instead of giving you 2 at full price, 1 at 0, it equalizes the prices between them so that none of us get ripped off in the process. Tell her the whole story. Apparently, didn't explain it well enough. Doesn't make sense to her. No, 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 no. One of these bras is supposed to be free. What is happening with the price of these ones? This is too expensive. I give her the math. Well, if these 2 were the original price and this one was 0, it would equal out to the same thing as it is equaling out to right now. And we go through the motions in a bunch more different ways. But here on the tag, it says it's supposed to be this. Yes, but since we have the deal and you're buying 2 more, it's turning into this, which is cheaper. No, but on here it says it's this. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me get you the manager. I'm sorry, but if you ever hear those words, suggested by the sales associate, that means you being crazy. Because we don't want to ever bother our managers, but if we can't deal with you, so grab the phone, call the manager. We're gonna call her Kim because I don't remember my manager's name. Hi Kim, I have a lady here that's having trouble with the buy two get one free deal. Yes, she doesn't really understand why one of the bras is not coming up as free. Did you tell her that when it scans into the system, it'll auto adjust so that all the prices are the same? Uh-huh, yeah. Did you show her that it's the same price either way? Yes, yes. Did you give her some of the other options of things that she could buy? Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Are you calling me so that I can come deal with her right now? Oh yeah, sure thing. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll be right there. And so my manager comes and she explains the exact same thing that I had been saying to this woman for, I don't know, 15 minutes. And the woman is like, I just want a bra at this price. And so another one of my sales associates just goes and grabs her another bra at that price and brings it back to the register. And so I guess the woman wanted another bra not on sale. Like she wanted to pay full price for the bras. Like she would rather just buy 2 bras at full price rather than 3 bras for the price of 2. This one honestly still baffles me because I don't know exactly what she wanted here. But we're checking out with these full price bras. She seems fine that they're full price instead of going down in price with the deal. And as I am scanning her last full price bra, not a part of the deal, she says, ugh, this is taking too long. And she storms out and leaves. There is a minor happy ending to this though, because the lady behind her in line comes up to me and says, you have the most patience I have ever seen. I am so amazed at how you dealt with that customer just now. I just want to thank you for for doing a good job. And I was like, ah. So if you're ever shopping and it seems like your sales associate is stressed the F out, go ahead and compliment them. It makes our day. So the second story is along the same lines. I live in Southern California. It don't rain here much. If you've ever been in Southern California, when it rains, people freak out. We get into all sorts of crashes. We don't know how to drive. We don't know how to like be outside. We don't know how to function. And apparently neither does our technology. So I get into work after this rainstorm and apparently there was a leak that caused a bunch of our cash register systems to go down. In fact, the entire floor that I am working on has 0 working cash registers. There's like a couple working on the floor below and then a couple working on the 3rd floor as well. But on my floor, the entire POS system, cash register system, is down, does not work. Which for anyone working retail, blessing in disguise. I hate working the cash register. It gave me the golden opportunity to be able to actually clean up my area and like reshelve things. So I'm having the best day. I don't have to deal with people. I'm just like folding stuff, putting stuff away that's been like picked to hell from the holiday season. I'm just reviving the area that I work in, and it is a great day. And through the day, I've come up with a spiel that I will say to anyone that comes by into my section. So every time someone comes by and is like, can I use this register? I'm like, I'm so sorry. The registers on this entire floor have been blown out because of the rainstorm. It's crazy. There was a leak. I'm really, really sorry about that. But luckily, there are some working upstairs if you don't mind going. There's an escalator right there. Boom. Rehearsed. Understood. Simple. Apologetic. Move on. Get out of my space. And it works. People come by. I say my spiel. They leave. I go back to folding. Beautiful. Until that one person that doesn't understand. Before she can even say anything, I go into my spiel. I'm so sorry. This register isn't working right now. In fact, the registers on this entire floor have been blown out because of the rainstorm. It caused a leak and things are going crazy. So there are a couple registers working upstairs if you want to take the escalator right there. So this lady looks at me and she says, I just need a gift card. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. She just doesn't know where to find the gift cards. I'm gonna help her find some, pick one out with her, and then send her to somewhere that she can check out. So I say, there are some gift cards right here if you want to take a look at them, but I actually can't check you out on these registers. She looks at me and goes, but I just need a gift card. Yes, there are some right here. I can help you find one if you need, but I can't actually use these registers. Can I or can I not buy a gift card here? You can find one here, but the registers are down and I can't help you check out. Yes or no, can I buy a gift card here? No. Well, why didn't you just say that? One honorable mention is just this one time that some lady was trying to return like a 5-year-old item when our return policy is like 6 months, and she full on yelled at me that she's never gonna shop here ever again. And I cried. I cried in the storeroom. And the last story is a little gross, so prepare yourself. Content warning, pee. So I was working in a different section this day, but I got called over to my usual area to cover for someone while they were taking their break. It was a really long, hectic day. Everything was a mess, but it was finally starting to calm down. So I was taking the opportunity to kind of clean up the area again. So at my particular location, there aren't specific people that like will be on the register specifically and clean up the area specifically or be in the dressing room specifically. You kind of had to do all of those things on your own. So one of the things that you're supposed to do at this store is you're supposed to go and check the fitting rooms every hour, make sure they're all empty, so when someone comes in to try something on, they can just hang their stuff right up. There's not already like a pile of nonsense all over the floor and all over, you know, the seat and whatnot. So I head towards the fitting room and there's this lady sitting outside waiting for someone who's inside the fitting room, and I enter the fitting room and there's usually this lovely like orange citrusy smell because we're trying to keep it nice and refreshing and inviting. I enter the fitting room this time and it is so rank that I have to walk around like this. So I get into the fitting room and I'm like, oh God, where is this smell coming from? How do I clean it? What am I supposed to do? So I go into this fitting room and I give it a once through. I've gone through this entire fitting room. There's one door closed and I'm at the last door. It's open and I still have not found the source of the smell. So I start clearing things out. I grab a handful of stuff, I go out to the outside of the fitting room, and I put it away. And I take a big breath and prepare myself to go back in. And every time, the woman sitting outside is like surprised that it's me again. She's like FaceTiming someone, like waiting for her precious daughter to come out and show her the cute new things that she's trying on. So I do this a couple different times. Go in, grab a handful of clothes, hang it up. Go in, grab a handful of clothes, hang it up. And each fitting room I am inspecting to see if there is any source of this disgusting odor. And every time I pick up a pile of clothes, I look around on the floor, I see nothing, I put it away. Finally, on maybe my third or fourth trip into the fitting room, the girl who was trying on clothes is on her way out to show her mother what she has tried on. I pass by and I see on the floor a giant wet spot. And I look inside and the girl who's leaving is like, "Oh, I don't know what that is. It's kind of weird." Girl, don't play dumb with me. Every single room in this dressing room is empty. And you're trying to tell me that you waltzed on into this one, saw a giant, nasty, wet, stinky ass stain, and you were like, "Oh, I'll just change in here." No. If you had just innocently walked in and seen that on the floor, you would have either come and told whoever was working or just switched to a different fitting room. There is no way in hell that you would go into a room when all the rest of them are empty and be like, "What's this gross spot on the floor? Oh well." So she's just trying to play off like, "Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I guess it kind of smells weird." I'm not about to call you out on it, but you and I both know that that was you. Just like, let's just do a show of hands here. If you walk into a dressing room and there is a questionable liquid on the floor and it smells bad, but the rest of the rooms are empty, are you just gonna be like, "Well, I walked this far, so I'm just gonna stay here"? Or are you gonna leave and go to a different room? Like, I do that for bathrooms even. I will walk into a stall and be like, "Nope." Next one. So something like a fitting room where it's not supposed to be nasty, 1,000,000% am not going to stay in said fitting room. It was her. It was 100% her. And I look her in the eye and I'm like, "Okay." And I clear out stuff from a different room. At this point, my coworker comes back and I'm mumbling to her, I think the woman in there just peed, just full on peed on a pile of clothes on the floor." And she looks at me and she's like, "What the fuck?" And so we wait for these two women to finish trying on all their things. I have to assist them in finding more things, just biding our time until we can clean that fitting room. Pretending like we all don't know that it was her that peed in that fitting room. So she finishes up, she tries on so many clothes and decides, "You know what? I actually don't want anything." And then they leave. And we are left with an actual, like, legitimate pile of clothing. It's just been peed on. fully soaked through and onto the floor. Like, what was the thought process behind adding the pile of clothes there? Were you like marking those clothes? Did you think that the clothes would absorb it all and then it wouldn't look like you peed? Did you just like hate the stores so you wanted to like get them? Did you not want it to like splash everywhere? Did you accidentally pee the clothes while you were trying them on and then just put it on the floor? So when they left, we had to ring up the manager and they were like, okay, so just go ahead and bag the clothes and we'll have the cleanup crew come and clean the carpet. So we had to go in there, bag our hands with our shopping bags because there were no gloves, and just shove our hands into piles of sopping wet pea clothing to transfer them into a different bag. And let me tell you one more thing, is that was not the first time that something like that had happened. I'm gonna tell you one gross fact about every fitting room. Every single one of them has most likely been peed in. We have a restroom. It's upstairs. But for some reason, it happens. Maybe not on a daily basis, somewhere in between on a weekly and monthly basis. Someone will pee somewhere in one of the fitting rooms in the store. But this store was special because I got to look the culprit right in the eyes. So I think that is all the retail horror stories I have for you today. If you worked in retail or in the service industry, let me know down below what your worst story is from that job. And also, you're doing a great job and I appreciate you. Anyway, don't forget to like it, subscribe it, share it, bop it, twist it, pass it, and don't ask questions, just go with it.